Welcome to Summary of the Week, your quick guide to the top headlines. Today is Saturday, August 16th. Here's a recap of some of the major events this week. Last Friday, the leaders of Armenia and Azerbaijan met at the White House where they signed a peace deal to end their decades-long conflict. Though the fine print and binding nature of the deal remains unclear, the centerpiece of the deal is the so-called Trump route, named for the U.S. president. It's a commercial transit corridor through Armenia connecting Azerbaijan to its exclave while respecting Armenia's sovereignty. Key issues remain, like prisoner releases and constitutional changes, but U.S. officials see the deal as a major step toward lasting peace. Dozens gathered in Kyiv Friday to mourn independent journalist Viktoria Roshchyna, who died last year in Russian captivity at age 27. Her body, returned by Russia in February, showed signs of torture, including a broken rib. Roshchyna disappeared while reporting in Russian-occupied Zaporizhzhia. Ukraine has called her death premeditated murder and plans to press charges against the prison governor. Colleagues and family remembered her as a fearless journalist dedicated to reporting from occupied territories. She was honored with the 2022 Courage in Journalism Award for her work. Last Saturday, a Russian first-person view drone struck a minibus in the suburbs of Kherson, killing 2 people and injuring 19 others, local officials reported. As police officers were recovering the bodies from the bus, the Russians struck it again with a second FPV drone. 3 police officers suffered concussions. Russian attacks across Ukraine on Sunday killed at least 7 civilians in the Donetsk, Kherson, and Kharkiv regions, and injured nearly 50, officials said. Russia launched 71 drones overnight. Ukraine shot down 59, but 12 hit in 6 places. In Zaporizhzhia, glide bombs struck a city bus station and a medical clinic, injuring 22. The Russian army also struck a train station in the Dnipropetrovsk region overnight. Ukraine's defense intelligence, HOR, says it struck deep inside Russia on Sunday, targeting a Lukoil oil refinery in the Komi Republic, more than 2,000 kilometers or 1,243 miles from the border. The refinery is believed to supply fuel to Russian occupation forces. Locals reported explosions, fires, and power outages, while HOR said the strike damaged storage tanks and gas processing units. On Monday morning, at least 3 people were killed in the Donetsk region, and many others were injured in attacks across Ukraine. The Air Force reported that Russia launched 48 Shahed drones and 4 ballistic missiles overnight. Ukrainian defenses shot down most of them, but over 24 people were reported injured in the Dnipropetrovsk, Kharkiv, Kherson, Sumy, and Zaporizhzhia regions, where homes, infrastructure, and public buildings were also damaged. Kyiv reported Monday that its drones struck a major Russian missile components plant deep inside the Nizhny Novgorod region, about 700 kilometers or 435 miles from Ukraine. The Arzamas instrument building plant produces guidance and navigation systems for the Kh-101, Kh-32 cruise missiles, which are routinely launched by the Russian military to strike Ukrainian cities. According to early reports, at least 4 drones from Ukraine's security service, the SBU, struck the plant. Reportedly, explosions and fire disrupted operations, though the facility wasn't destroyed. Kyiv Post sources in HOR reported that later that day, Ukrainian defense intelligence drones hit the Orenburg helium plant, the only facility in Russia producing helium, which is a vital component for missile manufacturing, space technology, and the aviation industry. Orenburg Oblast borders Kazakhstan and is almost twice as far away as Nizhny Novgorod. Meanwhile, a high-precision strike reportedly killed a Russian brigade commander and 5 troops in the occupied Donetsk region. And in Crimea, Special Ops destroyed a vital Scala-M radar, crippling Russia's airstrike capabilities on civilians. Reports came out on Tuesday that small Russian infantry units had breached Ukrainian defenses and were pushing toward Dobropilya, about 20 kilometers or 12 miles north of the key Ukrainian stronghold of Pokrovsk. While Ukraine's military claimed the area was under control, frontline troops reported heavy pressure and struggling defenses. President Volodymyr Zelensky called the move an attempt to show progress ahead of Friday's Putin-Trump meeting. Ukrainian forces, including elite units like Azov, were sent to reinforce the front. Ukraine's Kyivstar is headed to the Nasdaq. Shareholders approved a $2.2 billion merger with U.S. firm Cohen Circle, making it the first Ukrainian company to list in New York. Kyivstar, which holds nearly half the nation's telecom market, plans to raise up to $200 million and expand into health tech, streaming, and ride-hailing. Ukrainian drones struck a major Russian oil hub on Wednesday. HOR reported that its kamikaze drones hit the Unechka pumping station on the Druzhba pipeline in Russia's Bryansk region, sparking a large fire. The facility is a key supply route for Russia's military industry, just 40 kilometers or 25 miles from Ukraine's border. 84 Ukrainians finally came home on Thursday after years in Russian captivity. In Ukraine's 67th prisoner exchange, freed were Mariupol defenders, civilians held since 2014, and others imprisoned for up to 11 years. President Zelensky says almost all need medical care and vows more exchanges to come. Because of editing constraints, our summary of the week only goes up to news before 2 p.m. on Friday, Kyiv time. Bearing that in mind, the big news on Friday was the scheduled meeting between U.S. President Donald Trump and Russian leader Vladimir Putin in Alaska. Initially, the American president said that there would be swapping of territories between Russia and Ukraine as part of a deal to bring an end to the Kremlin's invasion. That said, over the course of the week, Trump walked back his comments as Ukraine and its allies like Germany, France, and the UK said that there should first be a ceasefire before Ukraine gives up any of its land. You can be sure you'll hear more about it from us in next week's summary of the week, but we'd also invite you to check on our website, KyievPost.com, for the latest news. Thanks for watching this week's summary of the week. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you back here next Saturday.